in the Indian Ocean, concentrating on these two zones, and we get the data from about 300 stations, seismic data, so we immediately determine where earthquake has occurred, what is the magnitude, and within 10 minutes we get the information whether it has generated a tsunami or not. And then we have got models, which we have calculated because there's no time to calculate after the earthquake has occurred. So we calculate and tell, and this has been working wonderfully for the last 7 years system anywhere in the world. So here is another example that, and now this is done without any foreign collaboration, without any foreign support, all indigenous, all done by Indians. So this shows that once we determine to do some things, India, we are all very capable of delivering that. Before I close my address, I want to touch on another important issue, which is very relevant to Mizoram. You see, earthquakes are one of the worst natural disasters. And unfortunately, in spite of technological, scientific, and other developments, the death toll and the life lost in earthquakes keeps increasing. You will be surprised to learn that only 11 years and 11 months have passed in the 21st century, but we have lost more human lives in earthquakes and associated tsunamis than what we did in the entire 20th century. So this is something which is unacceptable. So we have to address this problem of earthquakes, especially in the Himalayan region and in the region like Mizoram. You see what happened between 1897 and 1950, we had 4 great earthquakes. The 1897 Shillong earthquake, the 1905 Kangra earthquake, the 1934 Bihar-Nepal earthquake, and the 1950 Assam earthquake. But after 1950, we are on today, 21st of November 2012, no magnitude 8 earthquake has occurred. So there is a real quiescence of such earthquakes. Whereas if you take earthquakes of smaller magnitude, 7, 6, they are all filled up. Now, a magnitude 8 earthquake can create major problems. You see, the 1897 earthquake had affected Mizoram extensively. But at that time, there was not much of development, there was not much of construction. But imagine a magnitude 8.7 earthquake occurring now, anywhere. Since earthquake cannot be predicted, that cannot be forecasted, we have to prepare for them. And the best way of preparing for them is to educate masses, people, and I give you an example. In 2010, we had the Haiti earthquake, you might have heard of it. It was only of magnitude 7, but 300,000 lives were lost. In 2011, we had the Japan earthquake, 11th of March, magnitude 9. When you go magnitude 7 to 8, energy release is 30 times more. 8 to 9, another 30 times more. So from 7 to 9, that's almost 900 times more energy. And Japan population density is no less than of Haiti, but they lost only 20,000 lives. A magnitude 7 earthquake today, if it occurs in Mexico, no lives are lost. So what Mexico has done, we should be able to do at least. So the solution, what we find is twofold. One is bringing awareness to the schools and students. Because if all of you understand how we can save ourselves from these earthquakes, you will do whatever is necessary at your home. I was talking to my friend yesterday, and I said that mostly we are at home or at the place of work. So we must determine that at these two places, which is the safe place to move to if an earthquake comes. Because you cannot start thinking at that time. So these are some things which we can do. What we are doing also, we are giving a 2-day or 1-day capsule to the students. This capsule includes 2 lectures which tell you what to do, what not to do. Then there is a film, 2 films as a matter of fact, which shows the 2001 26th January Republic Day earthquake of Bhuj, which killed some 20,000 people, and what we should do, how should we handle it. And we are replicating it. We did it for the first time on 13th of October, which is the International Disaster Reduction Day. We did it in Kashmir, in Srinagar, and it was very popular. And the second thing we are doing is to ensure that the lifeline buildings do not get affected by earthquakes. They are still functional after the earthquake. Imagine after 26 January 2001 earthquake, the first building that collapsed was the hospital in Bhuj. So if your hospital, your fire station, your police station, they collapse, then what happens? So in this program, we are looking after the capability of lifeline buildings to withstand the anticipated accelerations due to earthquakes. And this is a capsule which we are giving from one state to other state. From 22nd of November, from tomorrow, there is a 7-day program starting at Imphal, where 3 lecturers will come and they will teach how to do it, and then examine 5 buildings in Imphal for their resilience to earthquakes. And then, of course, the state governments have to do the needful to retrofit it. So I thought of sharing these 2 stories and to tell you about the earthquakes in the total context, in context of Mizoram. And I believe that with a very strong School of Earth Sciences and Natural Resource Management existing in the Mizoram University, we are very hopeful that the needful will be done to educate the public, students particularly, as how to reduce the impact of possible future earthquakes. It has been a pleasure to be with you today. I wish you all very successful life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We shall now call upon the Registrar, Mizoram University, to deliver the vote of thanks and to subsequently close the convocation.
I am very much grateful to have the privilege of proposing vote of thanks to all those who take active part in the evolving of this 8th Convocation of Mizoram University. And in the first place, my deep gratitude goes to the respected chief guest, Professor Harsh K. Gupta, who kindly has consented to be the chief guest today. He is an eminent scholar, great scientist, widely known all over the country, and with several duties of high responsibilities. Despite of that, he could find time to be in our midst and deliver a great and thought-provoking speech. So your speech are relevant to us today, and its practical application is very important. And I thank you for your deep concern for the university. And even though we have just a brief moment of interaction, we firmly believe that you will be well disposed to Mizoram University and remember us and ready to help us in future also for our every action. I also thank the Chief Rector, His Excellency the Governor of Mizoram, in absentia. We are sorry indeed for his inability to come because of his preoccupation. It is indeed fitting and proper on this occasion to give profound thanks to our Vice Chancellor, Professor Arnold Tantuanga, for his able guidance both in our academic and administrative endeavors, and for masterminding a well-conceived plan of this convocation. What is most noteworthy in him are his balanced judgment, equanimity, and mature and excellent temperament, which are all emanating from his noble heart. We are really fortunate to have a person of his kind at the pilot seat of the university. It would be an injustice not to give a very, very special thanks to Professor A.N. Rai, our former Vice Chancellor, now a member of the Court and Executive Council, who had made an immense contribution for the growth and expansion of this university. It is upon the foundation he built we continue to work and grow. He is not only dynamic, he is actually a dynamite, fearful and likable, brilliant and fascinating. Though he looked frail, but he stood firm with amazing fortitude. So thank you very much for being with us today. In no less way, I would like to thank the learned teachers, professors, members of the court, and executive council for their great dedication to their duties and appreciable contribution to the enrichment of learning and expansion of knowledge. Without their cooperation, there would have been no future opening. Thank you very much for all the great endeavors you put in for the success of our convocation. The administrative staff, the subcommittees, the security personnel, the cleaners who labor hard for the successful conduct of the convocation deserve bountiful words of gratitude. We thank you for your willing cooperation and good performance in a highly disciplined manner. Lastly, let me remind you that the destiny of a nation is written in the classroom. The quality of a nation depends on the quality of its citizens. And the quality of the citizens depends on the quality of education. But sorry to say, the quality of students depends on the quality of teachers. The ultimate responsibility solely rests with the teachers. I congratulate you all on your brilliant success. Ever in your life and action any time, show yourself worthy of the precious degrees, the medals, and the prizes awarded to you today. Once again, I thank you all for making the convocation a great success. Thank you. Having the permission of the Vice Chancellor, I now declare the convocation closed.
May we all stand up for the national anthem. have been kindly requested to leave the hall as per instructions from our ushers. Faculties, invitees, and parents may leave the hall first.